What's up, good folks? Welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Bernicia, and you're here with N.E.X.T. Now, y'all see the title. We are here to discuss what went down on this past episode of Baddies USA. Okay, we didn't miss much. Okay, it wasn't too much that happened last episode. But we'll talk about it a little bit. Okay, so Summer popped back up. Now she popped back up at the rehearsals. That's when we first saw her again. Ever since Lex had pounded her into smithereens. Okay, she showed up with a whole face full of makeup and she looked crazy, but fuck it, she showed up. Okay, so they come out to do their thing, and Suki realizes that Gretch is standing near her, and she sneaks Gretch, and apparently bear maces Gretch. Okay, she not only bear maces Gretch, but in the process bear maces really all the girls. And anybody who knows anything about bear mace, you know that shit is nothing to be fucked up with. That shit does like spray out, and it is, yeah, it's nothing to be fucked up with. Okay, so that pretty much raised hoopla with all the girls. A lot of them had shit to say about that, which I don't blame them. Because, bitch, if I get bear mace and you ain't even hit you bear mace no motherfucker. Bear mace Gretch while she in the corner by herself, bitch. Don't bear mace her while we all standing here. You know what I'm saying? So I don't blame the girls for being upset about that. That situation pretty much led into somewhat of a disagreement between Sapphire and Mariah Lynn, which took up a lot of the episode. Mariah went back and told Suki that Gretch said that she wanted to fight her, okay? Now, the word that Sapphire used was sneak, okay? Sapphire had told the girls that someone had told Suki that Gretch wanted to sneak her. So that's why Suki came on 10 like that. And that's why Suki reacted in the club in the manner in which she did because of what she was told. Okay. At that point, that's when Mariah Lynn jumps up. I didn't tell her that. Okay. First of all, Sapphire hadn't said any names. She hadn't said Mariah told her that. She said someone told her that. So the hit dog did fucking holler. On cue, my dog started barking. Ain't that some shit? But yes. So them two start arguing back and forth about that. And then the episode ended with DTB coming back. Now, while I was happy to see her, that fight between her and Biggie, we could have lived without. It was 2 seconds long, and apparently the fight was only for Biggie's behalf. Okay, you could hear his Biggie saying, "Bitch," she's like, "You dog, you could be remade, bitch. I can't be recreated. I can't." No, bitch. Because no female with a deep ass voice like that can be recreated. Like, bitch, you got a special type of voice. A motherfucker can hear you from the grave, Biggie. I mean, hush it. Deep. Like, for real. Like, no, bitch. You can't be created. You right. DTB also calls out Tavy Baby. Now, they played a clip, and I think it was at some point it was a fight or an altercation between Natalie and DTB, and I think Tavy grabbed DTB or something like that. So that's what pissed DTB off, because she feels like, you know, Tavy was trying to get in between what was going on between her and Natalie or whatever. Whoop de whoop. Tavy mentioned the fact that she feel like DTB was using her to piss off Natalie. She said that she didn't have any problem with DTB, but she felt like DTB was kind of just inviting her to places and things like that because she knows that it would have, or she felt like it would have pissed Natalie off or whatever. Long story short, neither one of these bitches really wanted to fight each other, but they did go 2 rounds, okay? Now the first round, both of them hoes was like, they couldn't get each other. Like, both of them was ducking and dodging each other's hits. But then Tavy started to mink DTB. I'm not gonna lie. Like, no. They didn't go 2 rounds. They went 1 round. I'm lying. They went 1 round. Because at first, it just took so long for them to hit each other, bitch. I thought it was 2 fights. But no, it was 1. But Tavy did start to get DTB. Like, she was whacking the shit out of her ass when they finally locked in. So, but again, as I said, neither one of them really wanted to fight each other. I guess it's something that they felt like they needed to do real quick, but there's no real beef there, okay? So then Rolly decides to give DTB her flowers, okay, for being MVP for 2 seasons in a row. Here goes Biggie. But I was the first MVP. Or MVP. I was the first MBV. I was the whatever, bitch. Like, who gives a fuck? Okay, this isn't your moment. This is Diamond's moment. Like, yes, we know, but this isn't the time because we wasn't talking about you, Biggie. We was talking about somebody else. Okay, let that bitch get her cookies and her flowers real quick. Okay, now I don't think that Biggie is jealous of Diamond. I just think that she gets mad when she can't be included in something. And the fact that Diamond isn't fucking with her probably is what bothers her. Okay? Like, Biggie wants to be friends with Diamond, okay? I don't think it's jealousy. I think she reacts a certain kind of way when she really wants to be under a person. I don't know. Fuck it. I ain't got time to be figuring out the next bitch's psychology. All them hoes is backwards if you ask me. But that's neither here nor there. So then, Suki comes in. Dressed like a motherfucking ninja ready for war. Now, as soon as Suki get her ass out that truck and walk into the damn the house, Gretch turns around and sees Suki and runs up, okay, immediately. Okay, so it ain't like Suki was like, come on, Gretch. Soon as Suki arrived, Gretch ran up on Suki, okay? And so them two squabbled down. Now, they had 2 rounds. Now, the first round, it looked like Suki got Gretch a little bit. But the second round, when she swung at Gretch, somehow she ended up spinning, okay? So while she was spinning, Gretch was meeking a little bit. And I think if they had not fell to the ground, where Suki then landed on top of Gretch, I think that Gretch probably would have ended up getting her ass real shit. Like, Gretch got them long ass motherfucking arms. And to be honest, Suki is, when her and Gretch was fighting, I really got to see, like, that girl is small as fuck. She is. Like, yes, Gretch is skinny, but Suki is very fatigued. Okay, she's very little. So when her and Gretch was fighting, I really think that it is kind of an even match. And being that Suki's so little, it doesn't surprise me looking at it now, like why she would have mace and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because if I got a little body like that, bitch, look, I'm hitting y'all hoes with whatever. There's no rules when it comes to street fighting, okay? And Suki is a hood bitch. So these bitches be on here trying to pit fight and start storylines. Suki took it to hell with her shit, okay? Point evidence in case the bear mace. Evidence in case that big ass knot that ended up on Gretch's head. Now, the thing about it is, once they separated Suki and Gretch, and they got Gretch up off that motherfucking ground, Gretch came up with a knot that had a heartbeat on it. That motherfucker was going doom 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 doom. I can hear that bitch clicking. That's how I know it hurt. Gretch was like, "This is not fair. She always hit me with something, bro." Listen, y'all, real shit. I don't know. I don't think Suki had no weapon, man, because there was at one point where she was walking out the door and Gretch was trying to run up on her again. Somebody was like, "Suki, watch out, Suki, watch out." Suki turned around and threw her hands up to square up. And I tried to look at them little gloves because she had on little gloves on her hands, but it didn't appear that, I mean, if she had, from what the girls acting like, Suki may have had them little knuckle things underneath the gloves, but I'm not sure. I don't see how Suki could have had brass knuckles on, because either way, in order for regardless to whether or not Suki had on brass knuckles, her fist was connecting. Okay, her fist had to connect with Gretch for Gretch to get hit and end up with those knots. So either way, Suki got that. Okay, the way that Zeus edited out the whole situation with Tommy's daughter and Lex, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they heavily edited this scene too, to where we didn't see whatever. I don't care at this point, because one, I do not feel sorry for Gretch. Okay, yes, she keep going through it, but that she's having a rough season. Okay, that's cool and dandy. Sometimes, you know, it just ain't just ain't her season. Okay, I'm just saying, because it's like, The reason why you keep going through the shit that you're going through is because you keep using a nigga word. If you don't give a fuck about using that nigga word, you want to stand in it and keep using it, fine. But then you have to accept whatever consequences come with that. Now, as far as the situation between her and Suki, really, I just feel like the reason why Suki coming for her ass so hard is because she spent a lot of time running around talking about what she gonna do. And the bitch ain't got time to sit around and wait on you to do what the fuck you said you gonna do, bitch. I'm gonna be ready for you. I'm gonna get you before you get me. So with that being said, I don't give a fuck that if Suki hit her ass with a brick. Because at this point, you don't already threaten this girl. Okay? You keep acting like you want it. So when she come with the energy she come with and you like, oh, why she need all of that for little old me, bitch? Why you keep coming for her? If you gonna keep coming for her, just be ready for whatever. Okay, Gretch should have kept her head. Well, she did. She did run up on her. But Gretch, you should have brought a weapon too, bitch. At this point, shit, she already makes me, bitch. Let's make it an even kill. I bring a weapon, you bring a weapon. What the fuck? Shit, I don't feel sorry for Gretch ass. So Big Lex come running out of nowhere. Okay, Suki had already cleared it, left the motherfucking premises. Okay, Suki said that's the last time she fighting on this motherfucking show. She out of them. Here go Lex coming out of nowhere. Where's Suki? Where is Suki? See, we see you around here hunting for a storyline, boo. I guess she called herself wanting to confront Suki because of the whole Mace situation. Either way, bitch, you a day late and a dollar short. Okay, the girl gone. And at this point, what the fuck what did you gonna do exactly? What the fuck is you gonna do? Because the guy had ample opportunity to confront Suki about whatever. Okay, yes, she has been hopping in and out. But y'all had ample opportunity to confront her while she was there. Y'all, the fact that everybody having all these conversations about how wrong she was after the fact just shows me that y'all bitches just ain't really about that life for real. Like, what the fuck y'all was scared to come for Suki? Like, y'all was scared to say something to Suki? That's what I think it was. Nobody really wanted to get into it with Suki. But yeah, I mean, if a bitch wrong, they wrong. Confront them where they fuck up at, okay? Simple. So anyway, y'all, next up we get a scene with Biggie, Rolly, and Scott, okay? Biggie going off about DTB and things like that. Now, Biggie says that she's not jealous of Diamond. Now, physically, I don't feel like Biggie jealous of Diamond because, like she said, they are two different types of women. They are two different types of weight classes, two different types of body type, two different types of ethnicities. Ethnicities. Biggie could not pronounce the word ethnicity for nothing in this world, okay? But she tried, okay? You know what I'm saying? I think she really low-key wants to be cool with Biggie. But because, cool with Diamond. But because her and Diamond, Natalie and Diamond gets into it, Biggie want to stay on Natalie's good side. So she tries to keep it up with, keep up the bullshit. Like she tries to, try to stand on business when it comes to Diamond. And not only that, it was that whole situation with the auditions, how Diamond snatched her out the chair. I guess she felt like Diamond really played her and she wanted to kind of stand up for herself, but a fight was not really needed. I think a conversation was more needed for that. But either way, child, Biggie, whatever. Bye. Child. So anyway, Biggie decides to break down the definition of clout chaser to us, but bitch, you ain't telling us nothing that we don't already know. But Diamond has said this herself that she is a clout chaser. It just is what it is, okay? But as she's talking in a manner in which she want Rolly to agree with her, and Rolly just simply said, "Bitch, I'm been it and I ain't in it." Like. She was like, everybody has their own different relationships with Diamond, and I have my own relationship with Diamond. As in, bitch, I'm not gonna sit up here and talk about her with you or agree with her with you. And that's some real shit. Cause like, bitch, if I'm cool with both of y'all, I'm not trying to be in the middle of this shit. I don't really want to hear you talk about somebody else that I like or whatever, whoop around me. I ain't gonna sit around and be entertaining none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like that in real life, so I get it. So anyway, child, we get it. Rolly goes over to visit Sky. Not Sky, but Scotty. And, she catches Scotty up on some of the things that went down with the girls. And they started talking about the Biggie and DTB situation. And like I said, once again, I agree when Scotty said that she doesn't feel like Biggie is, like, jealous. And I really feel like it's jealous as in physically. Like, she's not jealous of Diamond as in her looks-wise or nothing like that. Now, as far as her career and the fact that she wants to be friends with Diamond, a bitch will hate you because you don't want to be friends with them. So that is a real thing. Some bitches like that. They admire you and they want to be in close proximity to you. They want to be your friend. They want to be your cousin so bad. They want to be your sister because they low key they admire you. They look up to you. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes everybody ain't meant to be in your circles. Okay. And Biggie, when a bitch don't invite you in a circle, don't get in your feelings about it. Just find your peoples. Find your peoples. Okay, your real peoples. All right. So anyway, child. So they basically talk about the whole the Natalie situation. Scotty kind of goes into her little sit down again with not try. They talk about I'm so sick of hearing this Natalie shit between Natalie and Scotty. Bitch, we're over it, okay? But anyway, we find out that Scotty is going to have this little workout session with the girls. Yes, bitch, because I want to see how you keep that booty sitting up high. Okay, so she's gonna have the girls working out later on this episode. I thought that was really interesting. To see actually, because it's a breath of fresh air. It's different, and some of the girls were actually really getting a workout. Now we're gonna get to that because Rolly, I'm gonna get on you, girl. We gonna get to it. Now the girls starts to have like a whole bunch of group gatherings, and they pretty much have these conversations where they talking about everything that we already just watched, okay? But some of the conversations were more interesting than others. All right, so we had to sit down with. So you had Summer, Fauna, Cold Killer, some of the other girls. They were standing outside talking on the balcony, right? And so Summer starts to try to play victim, talking about how it's fucked up, how those bitches did me, but it's all cool though, or whatever, whoop the whoop. But it's like the fact that she took no accountability. Bitch, you acting like these girls just beat your ass for no reason. Like they just so mad that you not their friend that they decided to beat your ass. No, bitch, that ass whooping you walked into. And it's so bad. It's so much so that the girls, Cold Killer and Fauna, was both telling her like, no, Summer, you brought people for those girls. Like, you brought people to fight those girls and shit. Like, you basically planned it out because you've been saying that you got something for them when they got to Detroit. So you knew what you was doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And Summer tried to make it seem like she didn't bring nobody for them, talking about something else. Oh, I didn't bring nobody for them. Those my cousins. They just popped up. Bitch, shut the fuck up. You know what you was doing. And then how she was like, trying to compare her situation to what Suki did. Now, don't get me wrong. Suki was wrong for Mason, the other girls. Like, if you was going to get Gretch with that damn mace, you should have did it while the other girls, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like she should have maced in a crowd like that. However, the fact that Summer's like, oh, nobody else got hurt, da-da-da-da. No, bitch, you brought multiple people and they was trying to come in to fight Dolly and probably whoever else. And if it had not been for the security, somebody could have possibly gotten hurt. So, bitch, shut the fuck up. Just because the security was able to clothesline their ass and get them out of there quick enough doesn't necessarily mean that somebody couldn't have got hurt. Either way, what you did was dangerous. So, fuck. So, anyway, child, for those of you who care, Gretch ended up leaving the show. And like I mentioned earlier, this has been a hard season for Gretch. So, girl, at this point, yes, take your ass home. You tried the music career. You tried to blend in with the black community. I don't think we accept you at this point, Gretch. So anyway, we get to see the little workout session between what Scotty put on for the girls. She brought the girls outside and they did like some stretches and some little Pilates and shit like that. Now, this is what I said when I was talking about Rolly ass earlier. She pissed me off. Now, really, because you see her, the bitch sitting up there smoking a blunt while everybody else is working out. Even Biggie was trying to work out. Here go Rolly sitting up there with the blunt, just playing around, not taking it seriously. Now, for me, this was frustrating because it's like, bitch, we don't see you have 99 fucking surgeries and stuff. So clearly you are showing us that you really don't care about your health. Like, you want the aesthetic, but you don't want to work for it. It's crazy as fuck. Okay? And that is setting a bad example for other people because it's just like, a lot of these young girls, they going and running to get these body surgeries. But when you get surgeries like that, you have to take care of yourself. Why go get plastic surgery when you're not willing to do what it takes to take care of yourself inside and out? It ain't just about how you look on the outside. It's about your insides. So the fact that she's sitting up there smoking bitch, even if you don't exercise on a regular basis, you should have took this opportunity to try to get you some in. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't like it. It made me mad. Like, she wasn't taken seriously, and Lord knows, as soon as she eat a steak or a burger, she want to go get some liposuction to suck it out instead of doing the work. It's not, that's not realistic. I mean, that doesn't make sense. Okay, and a lot of girls is starting to feel like this is the easy way out. Okay, getting a fucking surgery and not doing what you got to do to keep up with it just pissed me off. Okay. Anyway, Anna comes back, y'all, but she didn't come back human. She came back as an alien. Okay, tell me why the fuck this girl looked like something from the Fifth Element. What's up with this haircut? It's like somebody, they started off trying to make her a Chinese bang bob situation, but then they got bored and just went to clipping half of the fucking bob off. I don't know. I've seen girls rock look crazy cuts like this before. I don't like it on nobody, okay? It's just not for me. Some of y'all might think it's tea. It's just not for me, okay? So then Mariah catches Sapphire again, and she wanted to go on and on about this whole Suki situation. So basically, Mariah went back and told Suki that Gretch wanted to fight her. Either way, however you spill it, whatever words you use exactly, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, Mariah, you was being messy, okay? You are cool with both Gretch and Suki. If it had been me, I wouldn't have went and carried that bone. Like, bitch, if you gonna fight her, just fight her. I'm not gonna go back and tell Suki when I know how Suki is going to react to that. So in the process of me telling her, I'm automatically igniting some shit, okay? Because you see Gretch just sitting up here making threats. She really ain't gonna do shit. She ain't made an attempt to do shit. I would have let somebody else carry that message. I wouldn't have been the one to do it, especially being that I'm cool with both girls, okay? I just simply wouldn't have did that. You going to carry that bone is what put you in the middle of it. So either way, you was being messy, because you didn't have to go repeat that message. You could have let somebody else pass it off, okay? So I don't get why she was going back and forth with Sapphire. Sapphire made it clear that she wasn't trying to fight Mariah. I don't think it would have been an even fight any fucking way. So there's that. And so finally, the episode goes off with the sit down between Natalie and DTB. Now, impressively, surprisingly enough, initially the conversation started off really good. Okay, Natalie came in. She's for most part seemed like she was really trying to take accountability for certain things. Now, me, I had started to kind of forget some things, because Natalie and DTB had this back and forth for so long. So when Natalie went to bringing up situations that she felt like started the beef between her and DTB, some of that shit I had forgot about. One of the things I forgot about was the fucking tampon situation. Okay, so there was a few seasons ago where I think this was probably the first time that Natalie and DTB really got into it. Natalie did used to like kind of pick with DTB and try to like, you know, embarrass her and things like that. So she called out the fact that DTB's tampon was showing, and she kind of made it a thing. Like, bitch, we on national television. You a woman, I'm a woman. Like, if my screen was showing, you could have said that off camera. You didn't have to be on camera in front of national television and acknowledging that. You know what I'm saying? Little things like that she brought up. She took accountability for that. She admitted that it was wrong for her to do that. She also brought up the tooth situation. So when Tasiki knocked out DTB's tooth, Natalie did this whole video thing about it, making fun of the tooth and all of this other stuff. And like I said, she did seem to take accountability for that. But DTB, at the end of the day, DTB was like, well, I mean, that's cool, you know, but I feel like I still deserve my fair fight. I still deserve a fair one-on-one. And Natalie was like, bitch, I'm not gonna fight you. Like, and realistically, like Natalie said, it doesn't do us no justice to have a fight. Like, if we're gonna fight, make it make sense. Let's make money off of it. Let's get in an arena. Let's have a big boxing match. Make it a whole thing, so that way we both can make money off this situation. But it doesn't make sense for me to just be fighting you, right? And I agree with Natalie on that point, at that point, because it's just like, okay, well, bitch, yeah, if I'm gonna be fighting and going through all of this, let's make it make sense. But I think for DTB, she was just so in her feelings about everything that she had been through with Natalie. I don't think that she was accepting of it at the moment. But with that being said, so Natalie, once Natalie shot that down, DTB was like, okay, well, You know, so Natalie's like, okay, well, let me get up. We not sneaking each other. We can have some cocktails later. You getting up thinking everything's all good. You know what I'm saying? She's slightly wary, but not wary enough, because as soon as DTB got up, she threw her purse at Natalie, and so that's where the episode goes off, with them two scrapping. So with that being said, the past 2 episodes, and I did start off this video saying we was on episode 15, but we're on episode 16 actually, so that's my bad. But whatever. The past couple episodes, it's just been a lot of dialogue, not too much happening. But this next week's episode, like, it's gonna be off the chain. Okay, so of course there's gonna be the DTB Natalie fight. There's gonna be a situation between Fauna and Natalie. Okay, so Fauna is gonna be going off on Natalie and Tavy, baby, next episode. Okay, and I'm really interested to see how that's gonna pan out. Okay, yeah, so like I said, it seemed like this episode wasn't really too much. It was just a lot of dialogue. So you guys let me know what you you guys' thoughts and opinions about the whole thing. If you like this video, please like this video. Feel free to, drop your thoughts in the comment section. And with that being said, I'm out, folks. Deuces.